All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to make a seal twisting guide video in conjunction. This video is meant to be in support of actual Esfand's video. Esfand did a video where which is the one on screen here currently, where he wanted to make a guide about seal twisting for beginners. I don't like his methodology though, and I really didn't like the video too terribly much. I thought the information being presented wasn't very not concise, I shouldn't say, but you can go watch that video, give him a like and subscribe, and then or actually watch this video first, and then go watch Esfand's video, like and subscribe, and then you can come back. Then you'll figure out why this video is probably significantly better. Would suggest watching both of them, but you can watch this one if you want. Okay, so the first thing to note is that he did provide his own macro. And his macro is actually, it might be amazing or it might be terrible. I'm going to give you guys my own macro and show you how I seal twist. I don't have a lot of experience seal twisting in raid because normally I just heal in raid. I don't have a lot of seal twisting in PvP because I play classic Reckoning Paladin, like Reckoning. No, not Reckoning, Holy Reckoning. We literally don't have anything worth a damn to seal twist, so I have very limited experience seal twisting. However, I have made macros for it before, so unfortunately I know too much about seal twisting for my own good, and so here we are actually making a damn video. All right, so let's look at the macros real fast. I am not a macro guy, but for some reason I am a macro guy when it comes to this. Okay, so the macro is slash stop attack, slash start attack, slash cast seal of blah, blah, blah. In this case, it's going to be Seal of Righteousness rank 3. And then, of course, we have stop attack, start attack, and then Seal of Martyrdom. Now, what happens is you want to click these buttons twice. So I'm going to run up to a mob and I'm going to click, in this case it's my number 2 and my shift 2 both twice. What that's going to do is it's going to start the attack, complete the attack, and stop the attack all at the same time. All right? And I can just keep going back and forth, and you'll never see me fail a seal twist whatsoever. The only thing you'll ever see me fail, because I don't have a swing timer add-on currently, is I might be a little delayed in my swing time. All right, so let's try this real fast on this mob over here. So, actually I just want one mob, otherwise things will get a little interesting. Not that I'm worried that they're going to kill me, just there'll be too many numbers on the screen, and we don't want that. Okay, cool, here's a nice mob. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run up, and I'm just going to tap 2 twice. So we're going to go... I tap 2, you're going to see that I started the attack and I stopped the attack at the same time, right? Now I'm going to go shift 2, and I'm going to hit it twice. You can see the seal twist, and I stopped attacking, right? Now I'm going to do 2 twice, 1, 2. All right, we're going to lag. But you can see that I'm both seal twisting and I'm stopping the attack at the same time. All right, shift 2, that's the Martyrdom 1. Wait a hot sec, 3.2 seconds, do the number 2, stop, start. Okay, shift, wait a hot sec, and boom, boom. And you'll never see me fail an auto attack. So I prefer this one, and you have to do it the start attack first. If I click it once, it'll look like this. Let's do this real fast. I don't know why we're lagging all of a sudden. Okay, so if I just run up to the mob and I click it once, what'll happen is it'll start the attack, but it won't stop the attack. So you have to click it twice. All right, let's do it. I'll stop that, just to stop. That should have worked. Why didn't that work? 1, 2. Thank you. All right, cool. And then 1, 2. And shift. And 1, 2. Wow, that didn't work at all. 1, 2. I'm probably a little late, a little slow. If it fails to go, it's just because I'm being too hasty. Shift 1, 2. What the? Seriously? So now I'm going to screw this up. Adorable. All right, whatever. So, all right, so hopefully you get the point. I'm going to finish off this stupid mob over here because he's pissing me off, and I'm going to kill this guy without failing a single seal twist, since I can actually focus. Thank you very much. Definitely need a swing timer with this. Alright, so, what seal do we have up? We need the Martyrdom, 1, 2. Okay, we're going to wait a hot sec. Going to wait the amount of time that I definitely need. I'm going to 1, 2. Alright, cool. And now I'm going to shift, and 1, 2. Lag, definitely. Alright, wait a hot sec. And 1, 2. And then shift. And then wait a hot sec. 1, 2. Yeah, if I click it too fast, it'll just fail. Like I'll just stand there and look stupid. Like it'll actually seal and it'll just stand there and look stupid. Okay, cool. So that's a macro. That's the easiest, most easiest way I've possibly found to do it. Use a swing timer with it. The whole reason why I use this macro is it's for PvP purposes, because you really don't want to mess up your seal twisting like ever, and it's more important that you get the seal twist off under PvP combat circumstances, no matter what, than actually hitting your swing timer at all times, if that makes any sense. Parry haste is a thing, and yeah, so it is what it is. Okay, cool. So I'll log out here real fast, and we'll actually get back to the video. All right, so let's go to the video real fast. Okay, so that's what seal twisting is. That's what it looks like. That's the macro that I prefer to use with it, but you really need to use it in conjunction with a swing timer, especially in raids. It'll definitely help you never to screw up your seal twist whatsoever. Let's talk about just the nature of seals in general and what you can seal twist and what you can't seal twist. All right, so there's only a handful of things that you can actually seal twist together, believe it or not, or they're even useful to seal twist together, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I'm on Crusader Strike, blah, 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 blah. Let's literally get out of here. Back, quit, done. All right, so the first thing you can twist is you can twist Seal of Righteousness rank 3. Here's the first one, into Martyrdom, and then you'll judge Martyrdom, and then you'll twist SOR 3 again, and you'll just repeat the process over and over and over again in a loop. If your judgment's on cooldown, don't bother judging. Just keep twisting, 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 twisting. The reason why you don't do it the other way around is because judging Martyrdom will do more damage than judging Seal of Righteousness rank 3. The reason why you're doing Seal of Righteousness rank 3 is because Seal of Righteousness rank 3, as we'll eventually get to in the tooltip, has 18.66% spell power ratio behind it, whereas the for one-handed weapons, for two-handed weapons, it's 20%, and for one-handers, for any other rank, it's like 10% spell power ratio, and for two-handers, it's like 13% spell power ratio. Also, it only costs 60 mana. So Seal of Martyrdom at level 60 is probably also going to cost about 60 mana. Seal of Righteousness rank 3 has by far the best spell power ratio behind it. So she gets twisted. She also costs about 60 mana. There is a relic that you can get from Dire Maul that will reduce the cost of your seals by 20. And so downranking becomes a big thing. It's just by far the most efficient seal to seal twist is the rank 3. It's a very similar story when we get to Seala Command. You Seala Command twist rank 1. Seala Command rank 1 costs 65 mana, so that's why, and there's no beneficial effects over it other than the higher ranks judge for more damage, if that makes any sense. So when we look at the Seal of Command twist, you Seal of Command twist with Seal of Righteousness rank 3, but then you judge the Seal of Righteousness rank 3 because the Judgment Righteous rank 3 will do significantly more damage than the Seal of Righteousness rank 1. When we get over to the Righteousness tooltip, we'll actually make mention of that. So you can see down here, let me get a different color here. That's not what we want, Pally time. You'll see down here, there's about 100 damage. They have the same spell power ratios behind them, like whatever the hell it is. There's about 100 damage difference between twisting the Seal of Righteousness, between judging the Seal of Righteousness rank 3 and judging the Seal of Righteousness rank 8. So it's relatively insignificant. So for example, at my level 60 fully geared paladin, my SOR rank 3 hits for about 350, and then my max rank SOR 8 hits for like 450. So that's why you end up judging Seal of Righteousness rank 3, and that's why the seal twisting is done in that particular order and no other order. So can you twist anything else? Can you twist Martyrdom and Command? Currently, no. We're super pestering Blizzard to allow us to twist Martyrdom and Command. I will point out, however, that twisting Martyrdom and Command together will break the effing game from a PvP perspective. So from a PvE perspective, if they want to make them twistable in raids, I would be super happy about that. But more accurately, if they make the seals twistable in raid, but you can't twist them outside of raid, I think that would be a perfect fix and a balance between the two, and you'd give both communities, both PvP and PvE communities, what they want. But if you allow us to twist Martyrdom and Command at the same time in PvP, like open world stuff, holy fuck, bro. That's going to be absolutely terrifying. Okay. The last twist that is noteworthy here is Seal of Justice. This is almost always a PvP thing. But in this case, you twist Seal of Justice rank 1 into a max rank Seal of Command. And if you get the stun proc from Seal of Justice, then you judge the max rank Seal of Command for maximum damage. And then you twist it right back into Seal of Justice, and you rinse and repeat. Okay. So that's what seal twisting looks like. That's how I like to do my seal twisting. I do the double tap with the macro. Don't do it a lot because I just heal in raids, and I almost never use it in PvP because there's nothing good to seal twist. I can cover why I don't use it in PvP a lot. So I play Holy Reckoning, which means traditionally I don't have Seal of Command. And you can see here that there's nothing that Seal of Righteousness can twist into that is worth a damn. Can you twist Seal of Righteousness into Seal of Light? No, you cannot. Can you twist Seal of Righteousness into Seal of Wisdom? No, you cannot. Can you twist it into Justice? Yes, but it's kind of useful. You can twist those two together. It's not the worst idea in the world. It might even ×2 proc with Seal of Justice. I really don't know. But typically, you're just trying to kill people more than anything. So if I do anything, I'll seal twist Justice into those two together, but super, super rare. And it's so niche that it's like a one-click deal that I might as well... There's no point in having it on my action bars as a macro. I might as well just manually click the damn thing when I want it actually twisted to try to interrupt a healer. So there's actually nothing worth a damn to twist. Theoretically, you can twist Seal of Crusader, but to virtually no benefit whatsoever. It doesn't increase your damage or whatsoever. Rex Troy had videos early on, I think, where he would do a semi-seal twist, where he would like temporarily activate Seal of Crusader just to reduce the swing down timer before twisting into like Seal of Command. Kind of some weird stuff, but super mana intensive and highly, not the greatest idea in the world. There was a macro that I created where if you get certain speeds of weaponry, I do believe it's 2.1 or 2.2, you can make a macro where you can constantly click a seal twist between Seal of Righteousness and between rank 3 Seal of Righteousness and rank 1 Seal of the Crusader. What ends up happening is at this very specific weapon speed, twisting Seal of the Crusader and Seal of Righteousness ends up making the weapon speed 1.5 weapon speed, which means you can just click it like infinitely. However, in Classic World of Warcraft, which is actually really powerful, a little mana intensive, but super, super powerful, Blizzard didn't give us any decent weapons around the 1.1, I forget the number, what's either 1.1 or 1.2 weapon speed to make that anywhere near viable in Classic World of Warcraft. But I'm always on the lookout if they actually do screw up and give us a one-handed weapon worth a damn that I can seal twist Crusader and SOR rank 3 together at 1.5 speeds. I will start melting people 6 ways from Sunday. Okay, so let's get into the seals. Seal twist component is over. Now we're going to talk about the seals at 13 minutes. Yeah. So I have them here, but I'll just go over them real fast. So Seal of Martyrdom is basically using Seal of Command mechanics, which is why she doesn't twist very well, I think, from a coding perspective with Seal of Command. She is literally a Seal of Command proc in every sense of the word. I do believe she's physical, even though she shows up on the tooltip as holy damage. So if you scroll over your like damage done and so forth and so on, Seal of Martyrdom is saying she's holy damage, but I swear to God, I think she's just physical. She's not doing any additional damage. So like my white hit will hit the target for 100, and Seal of Martyrdom will go off for like 30, and I'm like, okay, I don't think you're doing holy damage there, homie. But it might have a holy classification just for threat in raids, just to generate as much threat as possible. She's classified as holy, but she, in my opinion, does not do holy damage whatsoever. Okay, so because she does Seal of Crusade mechanics, that means, or Seal of Command mechanics, that means she has all the weaknesses of Seal of Command, on top of the fact that she is subject to armor. So she does have to run the gambit of Seal of the Casino, which sucks. She has some other hidden things that aren't here. such as I hear she has a 10% spell power ratio behind her. That's a little bit hard to test, but I'll need to get off my butt and go do that. I have to go get a starter zone weapon and test with that, unfortunately. If it does have a 10% spell power ratio behind it, the next question becomes, is it what am I trying to say here? Is it regardless of weapon speed, or is it regardless of weapon speed like Seal of Righteousness's spell power ratio, or is it like a PPM style a spell power ratio? If it's a flat spell power ratio, then 10% is actually pretty damn good, believe it or not. Kind of worth the damn and might be worth investing into. I don't know if it's worth investing into over Seal of Righteous rank 3 and its whopping 18.66% spell power ratio, but we will see. Okay, well, other things I know, people have been telling me that she doesn't ×2 proc, at least as far as we can tell. I don't know about oils yet. Dragon Breath Chili, reflect abilities, haven't tested that. Trinkets, JOL, Judgment of Light, Judgment of Wisdom, no idea. You can read the tooltip here. It does physical damage, kind of barf. All right, let's talk about command since she uses the exact same mechanics. So Seala command gives a % chance to hit. She is PPM. Other things about her, she does double dip from damage sources. So Vengeance gives her like a whopping 33% or 36% damage bonus to her effects. Kind of terrifying. It's roughly a 44% chance to proc at 38%. Of your weapon swing time. She is subject to Seal of Casino, which is a big damn problem. You can see here on the tooltip of Seal of Martyrdom, I said that she is competitive with command at about a 15% fail rate. That is true. At a 15, if the target has a 15% chance to dodge, parry, or miss in total, avoidance, Seal commands at 3.8 weapon speeds, proc chance drops to about 33%. And then Seal of Martyrdom is in a similar vicinity of effectiveness. Seal of Command. Seal of Command still is better though, even all told, just because she will do holy damage and she will double dip. Yeah. So she won't generate as much threat or consistently. I don't know. Seal of Martyrdom is basically an inferior Seal of Command. Okay, let's be clear here. Seal of Martyrdom is an inferior Seal of Command, but she is hyper consistent. I'm still looking to try to figure out where she is amazing. The one place she might be truly disgusting is in a Wreck Bomb. Why? Because Seal of Command can only proc once in a Wreck Bomb. Seal of Martyrdom can go Super Saiyan and proc all over the place in a Wreck Bomb, theoretically, unless it's literally using Seal of Command tactics. And I can only proc once in a Wreck Bomb, but that would be kind of funny and hilarious. Why is this? Seal of Command actually has a 0.2 second internal GCD timer. So if you instantly attack twice, you only get one Seal of Command proc. That's not entirely true, however. She has some hidden jutsu behind her, where there are ways to get her to proc twice, but it has to be from separate sources like Hand of Justice, or if you run up and you Wreck Bomb somebody and they crit you within the same spell batch as the Wreck Bomb going off, you can get an extra Seal of Command proc. Yeah, she has a spell power ratio. Some of her spell power ratio is kind of weird. So, for example, I've been told she has a 20% spell power ratio in general, but she has a 30% spell power ratio from Holy. This, however, should be corrected to being she has a 30% spell power ratio from Judgment of the Crusader spell power, which is kind of weird. 43% spell power ratio on the Judgment is not bad. Let me see if I can pull up what Minnow sent me over here. He sent me some information on this. I can pull this up for a second on the proc timers and yada yada yada, so you get the idea. She is a weird duck with a lot of stuff behind her. Is basically the TLDR here. Okay, moving on to the last little bits of seals. Try to keep this video a little short. All right, Seal of the Crusader. She's only really truly useful for her bonus spell power. She can get rather truly high and disgusting bonus spell power with certain gears. And the only other known bonus of Seal of the Crusader is when you're using very specific weapon speeds. I do believe it is 2.1 weapon speed. 2.1 weapon speed that you can permanently spam Seal of Crusader and SOR rank 3 over and over and over and over and over and over again, turning that 2.1 weapon into a 1.5 effective weapon speed. Not very useful outside of PvP. I don't think that's going to be anything in PvE, but just because you just want the fastest one-handed weapon possible. Basically, the 2.1 would need some kind of crazy proc, like Akari Manslayer's 100% spell power ratio proc or something equivalent. If Akari Manslayer was 2.1 speed, not 2.0 speed, this would be a different story, but she is, and it is what it is. Okay, Seala Righteous rank 3 has a lot to say about it. Seala Righteous rank 3, as I said before, she's got weird spell power ratios behind it. You can read the tooltip. I covered most of her. The only other weird thing about her is that she does ×2 proc a number of things, and she doesn't ×2 proc other things. Basically, anything that is like a weapon enchants type deal, dealing with your weapon specifically, she'll ×2 proc, but the other ones won't. Seala Command can proc anything in the game. It counts as a 100% additional auto attack, which is why it's interesting to see Seala Martyrdom not following suit. But if Seala Martyrdom also ×2 proc, it would be broken beyond compare. So I'm kind of glad that she does not ×2 proc, but it remains to be seen if she does ×2 proc this, but not ×2 proc that, blah, 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 blah. Then we have to talk about Judgment of Light and Seal of Light. These guys are weird. Oh, the other thing to talk about is damn it, what is it? Crusader Strike and Divine Storm. So Crusader Strike and Divine Storm are proccing certain things, but they're not proccing other things. So, for example, any damaged-based seal is not being procced by Divine Storm. It's not being procced by Crusader Strike. However, Seal of Justice is being procced by Divine Storm, and it is being procced by Crusader Strike, which is telling us something. Because I do believe that Seal of Light and Seal of Wisdom use similar mechanics to Judgment of use similar mechanics to SOJ, which means if they don't patch SOJ stunning people all over the place or getting extra chances to stun people, it's highly likely that when we get Seal of Light or Seal of Wisdom, that Crusader Strike will proc Seal of Wisdom, Crusader Strike will proc Judgment of Light. Which is interesting. And I mean that from a seal twisting perspective. I don't mean that from a judgment of these two perspectives, although fingers crossed it actually procs the judgment as well. All right, so these seals are weird. They have 100% proc chance. A seal themselves has a 100% proc chance at 4.0 second swing time and a 50% chance at 2.0. So they are PPM, but the PPM is centered around a 4.0 second swing time. The judgment always has a 50% chance to proc, regardless of just by being hit, regardless of weapon speed. That is how only modified by the T1 two-set bonus. This is one of the reasons why it makes me really, really sad as a Holy Reckoning Paladin that I can't twist SOR and Seal of Light at the same time. Because traditionally there hasn't been anything else I can twist in a Rec Bomb worth a damn, and even the things that I can twist in a Rec Bomb that are worth a damn, I can't twist. Why is this? Well, twisting is only there in the game because Blizzard specifically programmed it to be there in the game. It's not there naturally. So Blizzard went out their way to program that SOR can twist with that all the damage seals can twist with each other, but the other seals basically can't twist with each other, if that makes any sense. Or I should say that they programmed every single seal to twist with each other except for Seal of Light and Seal of Wisdom, which is really sad and pathetic in my personal opinion. Would totally love to be able to twist Light into a Rec Bomb, but I can't, and it makes me really sad. All right, SOJ. SOJ, if I remember correctly, and I have tested this, has a 10% proc chance per 1 second of swing time of your weapon speed. So if you're swinging a 2-second weapon, it's going to have a 20% chance to proc per hit. If you're swinging a 4-second weapon, it's going to have a 40% chance to proc per hit. She has some weird mechanics behind her. She'll stun the target for 2 seconds, but she operates off of her own diminishing returns. So you can stun a target for 2 seconds and then HOJ stun them for 6 seconds. And then the next I have it written down here. If you then stunned it again with the SOJ, it would be a 1 second stun. And if you were able to, somebody put another Hodge on him, it would be a 3 second Hodge. So she has her own separate internal cooldown. If multiple SOJs are procced, like in a Rec Bomb for whatever reason, or like back to back, like really quickly, they'll act as like a normal stun diminishing return. So if you hit a target with like 5 diminishing stuns all at once, he'll be immune within a second. It's the exact same thing with SOJ. So you don't usually twist SOJ in a wreck bomb ever, just because there's no point to it whatsoever. The only time you'd ever twist a wreck bomb SOJ is if you specifically want to tell somebody to shut the hell up, because it will tell them to shut the hell up, but they'll probably be stunned for like 0.25 seconds because you procced it 3 times in the bomb. So useful, not super useful. It is proccing with Crusader Strike, which is very, very fascinating. It is proccing with Divine Storm, which is also amazing. I know people are loving that in the Battlegrounds right now, and I imagine the Horde are super, super pissed about it. But SOJ is there. Live it, love it. She is amazing. In the leak that they gave us for Season of Discovery, where they had the Howling Blast leak, right? They had augmented seals in there. It is highly likely that, and I would not be surprised in the slightest if we get Burning Crusade's version of Seal of Justice as one of those augmented seals in conjunction with the runes, if that makes any sense. In my professional opinion, the Seal of Justice in Burning Crusade was the best version of Seal of Justice in any iteration of WoW whatsoever. If you don't remember what it did, it did the exact same thing it did in Classic. It just had an additional effect when you judged it, that when you a target that has this judgment on it can't move faster than normal movement speed, which means any bonus movement speed what they had on them whatsoever they lost, and it was the only thing that kept druids in check as like FCs in the game whatsoever. And the fact that it's not. The fact they got rid of it in Wrath was criminal, in my personal opinion. The fact that it doesn't exist in Classic is also criminal, in my personal opinion. Seal of Justice is ripe for some love. I would not be surprised in the slightest if the Burning Crusade version actually makes appearance in Season of Discovery. The only other way to slow a druid in the entire game, the only other slow that they absolutely cannot get out of, is from an item called Mugahurt. Mugahurt has a 5% chance to proc on hits, a one-handed item, blue. You can buy it off the auction house. It'll put a 10-second slow on the target. That is a literal daze in the game. It's a physical daze. You can only get out of it by Bop. You can only get out of it by Freedom. You can only get out of it by Bubble. You can only get out of it by Ice Block. That's the only slow in the entire game that you could put on a druid, and they will start cursing you out 6 ways from Sundays because they cannot shapeshift out of. But so I'm hoping for SOJ. But anyways, I want to keep this video a little short. And Deus Hope Boys, definitely go check out Esfand's video. He has he'll give you a bunch of the better of the visuals, and do a little bit a better explanation of why you're doing things the way you want to do them in the raiding context, if that makes any sense. I'm just a PvPer, so I only do this stuff for PvP. But unfortunately for me, I think I got a significantly better macro than he does on the subject. So anyways, I'm going to video here, and Deus Hope, boys.